Alright, welcome back to the final stage of the game. Castle Prosperina, England. Final stage. Start. The frickin' Medusa head's shooting stuff now? Eee! Gotta get off of that bridge. Okay, welcome to Dracula's Funhouse. And I say that... yeah. So, there's a few different sections of this. Didn't want that. So one thing, if you haven't noticed yet, and I probably should have explained it earlier, but the candles that we've been hitting, the single large candle is sub-weapons, while the traditional two candles are, you know, no, I went up, are like the weapon energy and stuff. Okay. Game over. Wasn't wanting another one of those right away. But do have one more continue. If it comes down to it, I will go ahead and use one of the passwords to get us back to this level, so... So there are a few sections of Dracula's Funhouse. We'll obviously be showing off more of them kind of as we go. Really wish I didn't keep dropping that. Yeah, you can't just walk right off of that platform. Which... I think the key to this one is to just keep watching the floor, watching your feet. Alright, so we now have the second part of Dracula's Funhouse. It doesn't reverse your controls. Left and right still move you left and right, but up makes you duck, and down makes you tack down, or tack up. The character's up. Okay. So, now that we're finally at the end, yeah, the main thing to keep in mind with this one is to just keep moving forward. The visual aspect kind of fucks with you. You just gotta be patient with it, but keep moving. I suspect there's going to be... Right. So this is one of the few instances in the game that you need a... You don't need it, but it does help the audio cue. So, you remember the first boss of the game? Yep, this hallway is just filled with them. Thankfully, they only take one hit, compared to the original fight. But they do like to start running at you. So you'll have to turn around and take them out every once in a while. Alright. What do we got? Oh, great. It's death. So, here's the gimmick. We need to avoid this. That is just a projectile. So this is essentially a rematch against all of the bosses. Other than, I think, the first boss. I think that's the only one they omit, since they kind of see them. But they don't have nearly as much health, or their defenses are much smaller compared to the original fights. Alright, so that was the first one. It's annoying. I didn't want to trigger that one again. I think that's food. Yes. Alright. It's best to trigger the food sort of towards the middle, if not the end. Or close, as close to the end as possible. Yeah, if you can hit him before he starts launching his rocks, it's definitely better. Nice. Yeah, way easier than the original fight. Okay, and I think we got one more boss. This, I believe, is the rock golem. We are going to get hit because I got trapped back there. And our sub-weapon is not exactly the best for fighting this guy. Yeah, all the layers or the levels before you start hitting his eyeball don't count towards his health. It's only his eyeball that hurts him. Honestly, I swear I get hurt more from accidentally jumping into him than everything else. I guess I'm just getting overzealous with it. Alright. Now that, right, you gotta jump over that one. Okay. Went ahead and got some oh, that's right. If you've already defeated all of the other bosses, you just have to fight death, which is so much more helpful. Jerk. Gotcha. Alright. Okay, the stage is unlocked, and you can move forward. just do a quick recharge on everything before we get into the next fight. I don't know what triggers the more powerful spear, if I'm being honest. I thought it was just in, like, set candles. It'll happen occasionally. Alright, so we got Medusa. The kind of a pain. Honestly, the most annoying attack to avoid is the spiral one. This one. Because I find it difficult to find which spot you need to be in to avoid it. Seems like it's generally right around there is the preferred spot. Alright. So these orbs will not hurt you. Essentially what you need to do is to avoid her attacks long enough before those orbs get to the center, otherwise this will happen. Yeah. More enemies will show up. I'm not really sure. It always seems to happen on that first one for me. The other ones don't seem to, I ever seem to have an issue with. But yeah, her main strategy is to just keep warping back and forth. The main thing to avoid is that projectile that she shoots out. You just gotta hit her the number of times that there are orbs. I assume that the orbs indicate like what enemies will spawn if they reach the center. I don't know if these orbs are just inherently faster than the other ones, or if I'm just slower for some reason whenever I have to face them. I'm not quite as well versed in this game as I am some of the other Castlevanias. So forgive me if I don't know all of the answers on some of these questions that I ask. You. Right. 2 more hits should do it. And if you've been watching the Castlevania series on Netflix, Castlevania Nocturne specifically, you will have noticed the name is very similar. And I believe this character, or that character, is based off of this character from this game. Ooh! Took her out, yeah. Okay. And move forward. And we got Simon's theme. Hopefully that Watt, who tried to copyright this song last year, doesn't rear their ugly head. I don't remember if I ever mentioned, like... So I'm not sure if I really talked about it after the fact, but last year during Castlevania 4, it was a random copyright claim because of the Simon's theme. And it was from some guy who was claiming the song, another song that he made, which was just Simon's theme, but with their vocals over top of it. What? Thankfully it was dropped, or the person didn't, keep the copyright claim. But I'm kind of hoping that there won't be any issues this year. What the heck? Why is it ignoring my attacks? Alright, so that was the first phase. Oh, that's quite the sound. Alright, this is honestly one of my least favorite phases because of that type of... Alright, well, we're gonna take a second crack at this. It's fine, it's just... Oh, my axe. It's fine, we'll come back for it. Thankfully, this is an area that you can respawn the candles. So we're gonna be here for a sec. So I'll see you guys when we get back there. Alright, round 2. We'll go through the full fight again. So we got the classic Dracula fight here. He teleports around the room. The key, I find, with this phase is to just wait until you see his head. That hit me? What the heck? Jump, attack him, and more than likely, you'll destroy any fireballs that he shoots out, except that spinning one, which is kind of a pain. It's really the only very dangerous one that he has, because you can't really destroy it. Especially if he does it multiple times in the fight, that's some health you're probably going to lose. Alright, one more hit. Should do it. Go. Okay. Genesis sounds. Jerk. Okay. That was phase 2. Probably the most erratic part of the entire fight is that guy. Whew! Alright. Sorry I was being so quiet during that. I was very tense. So yeah, that's kind of the cheese of the fight. If you can corner him like that, you can keep him from moving around a bunch. And eventually he does, get out of that phase, but and start jumping around. But honestly, that's not too bad. It's probably easier than the NES fight, in my opinion. So, honestly, other than Castlevania 2, probably one of the easier Dracula fights. And that is it for Castlevania. Or, well, Castlevania Bloodlines. Let's see what we got. Thus, Eric has fulfilled his destiny as a vampire hunter. And I believe if you're playing on expert mode, there is a small extra scene that you get, but it's not really worth the energy to do. No offense. So, Armor Battler. Yes, yes, quite the name. Quite the fitting name for a warrior such as him. Trap an enemy program. Golem, yeah. They really pulled out all the stops on the names on some of these. So yeah, that is Castlevania Bloodlines. Honestly, not a very long game if you know what you're doing. Really, not much longer than Castlevania 1. And I feel like at this point in the Castlevania history, we've already had Castlevania 3 and Castlevania 2, where the adventures are supposed to be a bit more grand. And obviously, you know, globetrotting across Europe is grand, and I will give the stages are very different. They're unique in their own ways, which is nice. But yeah, the journey is very similar to Castlevania 1 in a lot of ways. Death. Yep. Not really sure why they called this character Medusa when it's Elizabeth. Elizabeth Bathory, I think, is the name of it. And Dracula. And that is it for Castlevania Bloodlines. Try expert mode. No thanks. I'm good. Alright, so the next game in the Castlevania series that I want to do, we'll have to see by next October, though, is Castlevania Rondo of Blood. Because that is the final stepping stone to Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which I am absolutely looking forward to. But I'm going to have to find some way to play Rondo of Blood. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next Let's Play.